How's it going?
It's fine, we're just having a little rest now. Like I need a rest. I've always got so much energy, man. Something that if you know me personally, you'll say that about me. I'm always got enough energy to last the whole day and probably more. The thing with Qigong is traditionally, or it's more recommended to practice it in the morning, when you wake up. Because if you practice it towards like the evening, you're going to be just too energetic. Yeah. But Qigong really just it gives you so much energy. Because you're not just only loosening up your body, but you're kind of like prepping your whole system, your whole psychology for the whole day. And we speak about the dantian, and that's like the core. In the West, we call it about the core. But we see in our culture that the dantian or the core is like a battery. So when we practice Qigong, you're literally charging up that battery. And that's going to last you the whole day. So with me, like, I do classes sometimes in the evening, and man, I have to really meditate to go sleep because I'm just so much energy. Yeah, seriously. Just buzzing with energy. And all the students as well, they'll come to me after their work. Most of them are like working 9 to 5 and stuff. They come to me on a Thursday or Friday like knackered from the week, and after the Qigong class, they're like
new energy. Right?
Yeah, they've got so much energy. It's a bit sad because ideally I would love to teach them in the morning, but it's not really feasible because everyone's coming from different places.
Of course.
So that's why we have these evening classes.
You've mentioned before that this is becoming what you quoted more fashionable.
Yeah.
For someone that's kind of like dipping their toe into the water and want to try it out. So what got you into it that could inspire others to get into it?
So I come from a family tradition of Qigong practitioners and not martial artists. So I was kind of blessed to be involved or be having this around my life from a young child. I used to watch my grandfather and my father practice in the garden. My uncle as well, and some aunties. And what happened is living in the urban jungle, the birds leave the nest. And for some time when I was younger, I kind of lost my roots, and I became, in quotes, crazy, ill. I went into society and started assimilating to society, and I forgot my roots. And what happened is I became mentally unstable. I don't really get too in depth with it, but I ended up going to prison. I ended up going to being incarcerated in prison, and I ended up spending time in a psychiatric ward. And it wasn't until my family kind of like really helped me out. They took me back to Vietnam, where I was born. And we found a temple and a group of monks to help me out. And in particular, this was one monk. He was a blind monk. He really helped me out with his dynamic energy work. It's not massage. I don't like to say that I do massage either. It's something else that we do. And this monk, he helped me out. And then I was there for a good 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, I was good. And that's when I returned back to my roots and started practicing Qigong and meditation again.
So it was at that very moment the penny dropped, so to speak, and you kind of saw a new light, shall we say?
Yeah, you don't know what you had until you lost it.
Yeah.
But I'm really blessed that I was introduced to it from young. So it was very easy for me to pick it up again with the help with my family. So living in this land now, in UK, I can see that this society really needs it. Because
I'm a strong believer that that for people to make change or embark that road of change, it takes for us to get to that pinnacle moment.
Yeah.
To make that change, is there something you can say that where we don't have to reach that pinnacle moment? So for like yourself, you said you was upon a road that you didn't know that you was going down, but wasn't actually beneficial to you.
Yeah.
So you had luck, for you had guidance within your family and your loved ones to point you in the right direction. But as you're aware, not everybody has that.
Yeah.
So what would your message be for someone that doesn't necessarily have that person or figure or family or friend to actually point them and say, hey, you're not exactly going down the road of happiness or wealth, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
How would you encourage someone that's like that?
So the first thing that I would say to someone is, one, are you happy? You have to be honest with yourself. Are you happy within your life?
Yep.
If the answer is no, then isn't it honest that you need to change?
Yeah.
Because whatever you're doing now, it's
The
still
key, the key is honesty to yourself,
the
isn't it?
key is honesty.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing. The
No.
only way you can move on or realize anything is you have to be honest with yourself. You
Yeah.
have to be.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. It's actually easy to be honest with yourself,
Yeah.
but we spend a lot of time being dishonest to ourselves, so we forget how to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's,
Is that in a way because we're always surrounded by friends and family, so you don't want to let your guard down? So you don't want to show that vulnerability or that weakness, so to speak?
because we live in a society that is constantly bombarding us with distractions.
Yes.
From a young age,
Yes.
we become subservient.
Yeah.
I'm speaking this from my perspective, living in this land. But to be honest, all you need to do is really just spend time with yourself. Yeah. And when I say spend time, it means not to read a book, not to look at the phone. I mean, really spend time with yourself. Like, I mean,
Look within yourself?
Look within yourself.
Yeah, okay.
But the easiest place to do that is go into nature. Like, we're in nature now. Go into nature, sit by a tree, hug a tree, sit by a river, watch the river. Just watch, keep on watching, keep on watching. In the beginning, you're watching the river flow, but after a while, you're gonna start seeing images and all these thoughts coming through your head. Watch them. Yeah. Don't hold on to them, just watch them. It's easier when you're younger. I'll be honest here again. It's easier when you do it now rather than waiting later. Because when you wait later, it's harder. Because like I say, as we go through life, we hold on to a lot of stuff. Yeah. And it's almost like an onion effect. What we say about onion is something happens and another layer goes on top of it. Yeah. And another layer goes on top, another layer goes on top. Eventually you get to a point where you don't know why you're crazy. Yeah. I've met a lot of crazy people because I've been in and out of psychiatric
So, in a kind of short term, I know you're going to be called off in a minute by the dynamic duo. A part of you receiving help from family and the monks, like you mentioned, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You was open to change, right?
Yeah. I've always been quite a curious guy.
Yeah.
I've always liked to learn.
Yeah.
And I eventually realised that the best thing that I could learn about is myself.
Yeah. So for someone to be able to help you, you was open to receive that help.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Kind of thing, rather than the resistance. Because if someone's resisting, some people can be very stubborn to the point where they will say no. And as much as you can force yourself, you're not actually helping that person. You're actually pushing that person further away.
Yeah.
So
it goes back to that question. When someone is resisting, you ask them, like, you ask
it's
them.
about being happy.
You ask them, answer honestly, are you happy?
Yeah.
And if they say yeah and with a grimace, they're lying.
Yeah.
They're lying for their blood clot teeth.
And not only do we, when we ask them, are you happy, we're not asking them for the answer to us. No. We're asking them to answer for themselves.
For themselves, yeah.
Yeah, nothing.
Be honest. Just be honest. Just ask them. If someone's resisting, that means they have an idea of. That means they think that they know best, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But if they can't answer the reply, yes, I'm happy, that means they don't know what they are. Opposite.